Welcome to Juggling Interviews. This episode is brought to you by eJuggle, the IJ's official online publication, where you can find the latest juggling news, articles, videos, and podcasts, just like this one. If you want to check that out, you can head over to their website at juggle.org/ejuggle, or with the link in the description. This episode is also sponsored by Play Juggling. On their website, you can find high-quality props like balls, clubs, rings, diablos, poise, fire equipments, flower sticks, glow props, and tons more. Head over to playjuggling.com and use my code XavJuggles, XavJuggles, to get 10% off your next purchase. It's a great way to support me, so thank you a lot, Play Juggling. Now let's get to the episode. So hello guys, welcome back to Juggling Interviews. Today I'm with the awesome Haavard Hvidsten, or did I pronounce it right if I say Haavard? Is that better?
Yeah, Havard is pretty close. Yeah.
There you go. So how you doing, man?
Yeah, pretty good.
You guys should know that like a year ago I did the episode with Havard. We had the entire 15 minutes recorded. Then somehow in the editing software, my computer, it just crashed. So the episode was not done. So now we're redoing it, but still we have a bunch of fun stuff to talk about.
Man. Yeah, we can repeat it. Now we had like a practice run before.
Right. Yeah. So now we have to make like 100%, like 100% good. And no, the last one was good too, but I don't even remember what we talked about.
Yeah, now like we're not allowed to stumble on our words or anything. We're just gonna be like completely on point all the time.
We practice everything. The whole script was written last time, so now we have to rehearse it. So Havard, how did you start juggling? Did it change just last time?
I think it's the same still. Yeah,
but people haven't heard it.
Like a long time ago. I think I learned to juggle like for the first time in like 1999. That's coming up in 25 years now, and it was just actually my mom that knew how to juggle. She could do like a 3-ball shower. And I learned that first, and then didn't really juggle at all for a couple of years, I think. And when I was like 8, 9 or something, then I started practicing like seriously. Then I discovered juggling on the internet, and and I think the rest is like history. I think like from that point, I practiced, I think, every day for many years. So.
Right.
That's when I learned the cascade also. But I learned the 3-ball shower first, and then I didn't really know you could do cascade, so I learned the 4-ball shower also.
Right.
And then I learned the 3-ball cascade, and then it was quite easy, you know. After
going from 4-ball shower to yeah. That is a fun progression.
My left hand was very bad though. My left hand was quite bad, but I mean, it caught up quite quickly.
But did you notice that you could have done the shower the other way? Did you try to do like?
Never tried that. You know, went for the easiest solution, path of least resistance, I guess.
But then, did your mom continue practicing with you when you came back to juggling and you got super hardcore and?
Not really, but my dad started at the same time as me when I learned to cascade. So we used to have like battles in the beginning, like to see who could run 3 balls the longest and stuff. And he like beat me for a long time, or like half a year or something. He was like substantially better than me, and then at some point I just practiced more, I guess.
Yeah, so your dad qualified 7, but then did he still follow up with some of your stuff, or did you ever try to like put him in a video and do a little trick with him?
Yeah, not really, but he like I remember in the very beginning we were like practicing together a little bit, and he got quite stoked on it too, you know, so he was doing some 3-ball tricks and a little bit of 4, and started doing 5 and stuff too. And we used to go to practice in like there was like a gym that was connected to his office, like his work. So we went there like a couple of times a week to have like a session with high ceilings. He was doing some like jogging and like like weightlifting and stuff in like the other room, but I was in the hall, and then just practicing.
But do you remember how your practice sessions used to look like back in the day? Because it's funny that you had like such extravagant looking tricks. Like I remember you did like some crazy sequence with like random body throws, and then you went outside and you did like crazy 360s connections. Yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
how did you get inspired to like start doing these things out of like doing 7 ball qualifiers and normal practice sessions and
I think this was like many years later. This was like, I don't think I started doing that kind of style before I was like 17 or something, 16, 17. But from I was like 13 to like 15 or something, I kind of had like a rival, a guy that I was juggling with that was like always like slightly better than me at everything. Like he was slightly better at balls, slightly better at clubs, like a couple of years older. That's also like from my hometown. Uh, and we were kind of like battling it out to see like who could get the best tricks and stuff. So, but I remember he was always like slightly ahead of me. Like when I got a flash of like 5 club back crosses, he could do like 10 throws, you know. And when I flashed 6 clubs, he kind of flashed 7 clubs, you know. And but he was mostly focused on clubs, I think, but I was focused more on balls. And then this guy quit after a while, and he started doing like bodybuilding and stuff. So he hasn't juggled for like 20 years now.
Now
So
he's competing
yeah,
with your dad that were training for
yeah,
weightlifting.
yeah. I haven't spoken to the guy in quite some time though, but I think he has like 4 kids now and like a house, and yeah, went a different path to say it like that.
No, I see. Have you ever met him again after? Even at one convention or something?
No, he never showed up to any conventions. Like I think he stopped going to conventions like 2007 or 8 or something. But I think he was like a big reason that like he pushed me quite a lot in the beginning to get better. And then like he quit and I started juggling more alone. And that's maybe when like yeah, I guess the style I have now started happening, like with more body throws and these kind of things, more like
Right.
funky patterns and not just focusing on like yeah, like classic technique, I guess.
Mm.
Because I remember back then, like the WJF was a big inspiration too, especially for him. And I kind of wanted to practice the same tricks that he did. So yeah, then I guess like my style also became a little bit like WJF ish, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, high on like side swap and connections and
Yeah, stuff like that.
pirouettes. But yeah, do you remember when you first started like going to conventions and stuff? Because I'm a big geek and I love going back in the days and because I just
Yeah,
started juggling like it's gonna be 4 years ago soon, but
yeah,
I wasn't there back in the day. Like I started in like 2020 and it was still like the new era of juggling, so I don't have like all the insights and
yeah,
all the man. So when I go back in the day and I see like all the older videos and like the conventions, like all the fun time they had in 2010, like
Mhm.
but you were still young, like you were around my age and you did like bunch of conventions and bunch of videos.
Yeah.
How's
Started
the
traveling quite a bit.
how's the community back then and how did you first start traveling?
Very different. Very different. I think my first convention was like 2004 or something. Um, and there was actually like a local convention. Like some of my colleagues now that are working in like the same company, they were making a convention in my hometown for quite a lot of years, even before I started. And I think the first one was like very local convention. But they had like some really good guests and stuff. They had Toby Walker coming there. They had like uh, Joni Temonen, like a Finnish legend. And Toby, like he actually like knows Norwegian. He lived in Norway for a while, actually as like a mailman, I think. So he was pretty good at Norwegian, and it was quite easy for him to get to the convention. So I remember like the first one, I think it was 2004, here in Stavanger, where I live now. And yeah, Toby was there, and some Swedish people, and some couple of Danish people, and yeah.
It
So,
was very
but
local.
yeah, back then, very local, and back then I was very young too. I think I was like 11 or 12 or something.
Yeah, it didn't go
So
to
I was
like WJF and IJA
uh,
overseas.
nothing like that, nothing like that. I went to like, I think my first international convention was like 2006 or something, like a Nordic convention in Sweden. So I went to those for quite some years, and I went to BJC uh, in 2008. So that was like my first festival outside of Scandinavia, I guess.
Yeah.
And my dad traveled with me to all of these conventions that were like other places. Because back then I was like quite young, so I couldn't really travel
So
alone.
it was more for
So we went from
security, more security than passion.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. But he joined in too, watched the gala shows and juggled a bit in the hall and that kind of stuff. But I think he was like also sightseeing a bit around the place for when I was just like grinding like 24/7 in the gym. So I remember I was so exhausted when I was a kid at festivals because I was just juggling all day, you know. And yeah, so yeah, I guess from that point, like 2008, then I started going to more different conventions, and from maybe like 20, I think the first festival like in another country I traveled to alone was like 2009 or something. Then I went to Finland for a Nordic convention.
And then
And
your dad was okay. He was like, you're safe
yeah,
now.
yeah, that was cool.
You can go juggle 24/7 away without me looking at you.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because at that point I was like 16, I think, and because like uh, my dad had joined me to festivals for quite some years already. He knew a lot of the people, he knew the community, and got like a good
Right,
vibe from
right.
that. So yeah, I mean, I don't think they were afraid that I was not safe or anything. So yeah,
Right, right. The juggling community is really open. Like it's easy to just go to a festival and ask to learn a trick and to juggle with
yeah,
someone,
for sure.
and yeah, it's pretty accessible. Yeah,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
my
and
first festival was like last year. Still,
yeah.
I was like just turning 17. So yeah, it's fun to see we were around the same age. And I remember, yeah, I did juggle like 8 hours a day and like nonstop. It's fun. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I never went to workshops. I just went there to juggle with like people juggling around. Like, and I didn't even go to workshop and stuff, but I went to like all the
Me
shows.
neither.
There you go.
Me neither. I didn't have time. Didn't have time for workshops. I was just like grinding it out in the hole with like other people my age, I guess, or so, yeah, some other jugglers too. Uh, so that was cool.
But did you have like a bunch of inspirations back in the day that you finally met and then you were like a because
Yeah, for sure.
it's funny that juggling community is like kind of small and then you can like meet like the top jugglers and still like you can still juggle with them like it's not like a young
Mm.
kid seeing their favorite football player or name any
Yeah, I
popular
know. It's
sport,
like
so it's so fun
yeah.
like when you go to a convention then you see oh my god it's that guy I've been watching his videos for like 5 years now and then I can actually juggle with no actually it's
Yeah, I know. It's like I think that takes some time to get used to too, because I've seen like younger kids coming to conventions and being completely starstruck by like everyone they've seen on YouTube and stuff. But it takes like 4 minutes of conversations to realize that you're just like normal people, you know. They just like I really like that part of juggling of the community where it's like there's no real hierarchy of or it doesn't feel like that anyway. Maybe there's some hidden hierarchy there, but for me it never felt like that. Like I could go to yeah the best jugglers in the world and talk with them and they would be completely cool, you know,
and
not
something
being arrogant or anything like that.
and something fun is that even the top jugglers don't have like bad feelings against each other. Like I haven't been there for
Yeah.
a long time, but I haven't heard like of a big clash between jugglers and like a a big fight. But have you? You're
Oh,
searching for it.
maybe there has been like a couple, but I don't know.
But see, like let's
Uh,
just think about something recent, like the documentary with Spencer and Jolie. Like it's so fun to
mm,
see that Ivan, Dom, and Spencer were like just juggling in the same place and trying out the crazy tricks, and everyone was just like it's not even that a bad competition. Like everyone is just pushing themselves to like the. In that case, it was the first to get a DB with clubs, but I don't.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dom wasn't doing clubs, but he was trying to like. Was it FDB? No, it was the 9 ball version. He
Yeah,
tried to.
yeah, 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 true, true.
See, it's fun. There's no
Yeah,
harsh feelings, and everyone's just pushing themselves, even in the higher level. Like It's crazy.
I think that's because the community is so small also. Like if it was like 10 times bigger, I think there would be way more like rivalry. Yeah, like there would be more rivals and stuff like that. But when it's so small, it's like I mean, there's so few people that you can't really like afford to have any rivals, you know? It's just like yeah,
I mean, you can
but
have good rivals. I think there's a bunch of
be a different
jugglers.
story, I think.
I think there's a bunch of jugglers right now that have around the same skill level and they push themselves right. But if
Mm,
toxic rivalry and like bad competition happens, I mean, you're
mm.
kind of screwed because you're gonna meet the same jugglers in every convention type thing.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, I think so. But I remember like when I started, that was like before YouTube and stuff, so there was no real platform to upload videos on and stuff. So then it was mostly like text based on like these forums, like Juggling DB, Rec.Juggling. I don't know if you
No,
know
I
about it.
haven't been there. No, I haven't discovered that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, this was like I think that started like yeah, a long time ago, like 1995 or something like that. I think it was mostly like British people in the beginning, and then it like developed into very like active forum community kind of thing. So I remember when I was like 11, yeah, 10 to 11, that was like where I got my inspiration from.
Right.
Just reading all of these threads with like people posting maybe tricks that they've done or posting videos and stuff. And all the videos, they were not, I mean, it was like before streaming, so you had to download it to your PC.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, and also with like really bad connection, so it took ages, you know. Uh, I remember like the Thomas Dietz videos. Do you know of them? Like the old ones?
Yeah, I've seen some. Not everything, but I've seen some.
Yeah, because he made like 10 of them. I don't know how long it was in between. Maybe it was like 2 3 months or something in between each of them, and it just got progressively more insane, you know. But I remember just to download one of those videos for me. I mean, it took like 2.5 3 hours
Yeah.
to download it.
You're
Sometimes even longer.
you launched a download. You went to school, and you were just excited to watch it when you came back.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was really afraid that like because we just had this one PC, just like family computer, you know, uh, so that we got to use. And I remember I was so afraid that they would like cancel the download, so I made like a background photo, like a screensaver with like an arrow pointing down, say like, "Do not cancel this video," you know. So when I got back home, I could watch it, and I think when it took that long to download something, I mean, you didn't take it for granted, you know. Then you had, I mean, you could watch it like 20 times,
You enjoyed it way more.
or yeah, 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 for sure, because with like more suspense and just waiting for it to be downloaded. And I remember there was like I think the first like platform I can remember where you could upload videos, was something called Juggle This, I think, juggledis.net or something. Because before that it was kind of everything had to be uploaded on like private servers and things, so there wasn't really anywhere you could like post videos or post
Yeah,
clips
that
or
everyone
anything.
has
It
to
was just
see.
all
You're right.
yeah, it was just all yeah, lots of different websites. I know Luke Burridge had one. He had like his own site with a lot of videos of him, and some other people had like Vova and Olga had their own website with like just their videos, but it was all across the place. There was no like, there was nothing that like, yeah, that brought all of them together, kind of like.
Right.
So it was very scattered around. So it was very hard to like browse, and yeah, you couldn't really search for any videos. You know, you had to find a specific website.
Did it have a juggling community on Daily Motion before YouTube? Was that a thing?
Maybe I can't really remember that. I remember, but I remember like this Juggle This page, which was like uh, closest thing to a platform you could upload videos because you made a user and you could upload a video. I think it was max like 10 megabytes or something back then, but it was just like 144p or something,
Yeah.
like very low resolution. But anyways, you could upload videos, and yeah, and then you could go into an account, like you go into Thomas Dietz, for instance, and you could see the videos he had uploaded. And I remember I posted some stuff there too. Like I think I posted like a run of like 8-ball multiplex or something, and like short run of 7 balls, and like and you could see like how many views it got like how many downloads. And but then like a couple of years later, YouTube arrived, and then yeah, everything moved to YouTube, I guess.
Because I just literally a couple hours ago I was watching your older stuff, and you got stuff like 17 years old, like literally the year after YouTube was created. Something I don't know.
Yeah,
You uploaded like in 2007, six maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
So, man,
Yeah.
how did you think about content back in the day? Like it's not even. It's like totally different than nowadays. Like
Mm.
how do you, did you got inspired by the downloadable videos you've seen on the
Yeah, for
some
sure.
websites, and then you started doing your own like blog on YouTube or something? You did your own series.
I was posting like separate tricks, I think was the thing back like at the very beginning. I think some people made like edited videos, but I've, I think it was only people that had access to like good editing software or like I mean there were some people making like juggling videos, and I guess people made like juggling DVDs and stuff before that too. But for me in the beginning, and if I remember correctly, like most people were just posting like single tricks. It was just like here's a
Right.
5-up pirouette, here's a backross flash, that kind of stuff.
You know, it's fun. It's fun to see that it's getting more and more to that nowadays too. It
Mm,
went from single tricks to edited
exactly.
video, the big phase of editing videos. Then it goes back to like social medias now, where it's just short clips and short attention
Yeah,
span.
yeah.
And then we
It's
go,
just like full circle.
then we're gonna go back to downloadable videos that take 3 hours.
Exactly. But now people don't have the attention span anymore to watch those.
They'll cancel.
So
They won't put arrows to say not cancel.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, because yeah.
how did you go on doing? Because you did some compilations before after your single tricks, then you did
Mm,
some kind of longer videos like 10 years ago,
yeah.
13 years ago.
Yeah, I can't really remember when it was exactly, but I think I made a compilation of tricks somewhere. It was just like I think I posted all of the clips separately on YouTube and then just like stuffed everything together to make and put like some track on it. But I remember it was like such a hassle to make that video because I had to buy like it was like an editing software called like Picasa or something, like super bad editing software. It took ages also. So it was just like I think it was like hardware limitations or like software limitation that made people not make videos
Okay, yeah,
back then. Yeah,
yeah,
but but yeah, I guess like once I got like a GoPro, uh, that's when started making like those actual longer videos. I think it might have been like 2010 or something, maybe nine, something like that.
yeah, maybe because yeah, yeah, you had like after you had another phase where you did like another channel and you uploaded like
Hmm.
probably like 30 tricks alone, where
Yeah.
you put the date in the name. Then you went
Hmm.
back to your original channel. It's weird to see like you have one channel. Okay, your main channel that you still have videos at the moment is like 17 years old, and then you upload it. Then you
Yeah.
switched to one channel. Then you came back to the main one.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was like I think it was like a trend almost around that time to make like daily tricks, or I think quite a few people did that. So I just wanted to do the challenge too, filming one trick every day for like 30 days, and then I compiled them into a yeah, like a 4-minute video or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was really fun project actually because I remember like I had some extra drive to go like practice hard tricks every day in the gym, you know, because I wanted to like yeah, just wanted to post something that was like high quality every day, kind of.
yeah, and also you
Yeah,
had the juggler content creator pressure where you want to have like always
yeah,
harder stuff, and yeah, you want to
yeah,
keep your stuff not
true.
underwhelming. You want to keep it relevant and still push yourself all
Yeah.
the time. But yeah, yeah, and then can you talk about how you started doing? I remember like your older classics, like not old but not too young either. Like the videos like in my
Mm.
room, like the stuff that
Yeah, yeah,
were.
yeah.
And then you started doing like all the edited videos with like dots and plus one, and
Mm,
yeah,
mm.
then you start putting even more effort into editing and doing cool backgrounds and having cool content.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like the Room series was just like I think around that time I got more stoked on doing like 3 and 4 ball tricks and stuff. Uh, and yeah, it was just space enough for that in the room. And it kind of forced me to like be more creative, I guess, with like 3 and 4 balls and stuff. And yeah, so I think there was like 4 or 5 videos like that. And I think they were quite well received too, like some of those videos. And I think but I still had like another practice space that had like higher ceilings. Um, so I can't really remember the order of those videos, but I think I made like a couple of the room videos first, and then I made like
Did you do
uh,
animals in that time too?
that was quite some time later. I think there was this video called H2O and Drops.
Yeah.
That was one of them, and also Turn Up the Life, which I feel like that was like my biggest project. That actually like is I made quite a big effort to like edit it well and like I tried to plan it out and yeah, I think that was my first video like that. The ones before were more like compilations, I guess,
Right.
of random tricks and yeah.
Do you remember who was the big leading heads back in the day in like 2010 with like all the editing videos and all the good effort put into content?
I think it was like Wes for the most part.
Yeah.
He was like quite far ahead of everyone else, I think, when it came to that. But he was also making like the longer videos too. But there was like quite a few people that made some videos too, but I think he was like the main drive for many people to make like well edited and like well thought out videos and
It,
that
it
kind of stuff.
it's so fun to see even nowadays. Even if you take a juggler that's been juggling for like 20 years and put someone that just started
Mm.
yesterday, you put both of them in front of a Westbeden video, they're both like in the same zone. They all have like the same comprehension, and they're both so
Mm.
amazed at the same level. Like it's timeless. There's timeless tricks, timeless ideas. Like you see
Yeah, yeah,
some
for sure.
jugglers. If you go into some jugglers page and you scroll down 10 years, you see that the quality has rose mostly back in the days, and then you see they got better and better and more creative.
Mm.
But man, Wes has always been so consistent. Like it's probably because
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
hasn't
Just
posted too much videos of like his first year of juggling or second year with like him beginning, but still, at some point you just got instantly like super creative and instantly good. Then posted a bunch of
yeah,
classics in a row.
and was also doing like the tricks of the week things. I think before he made like the longer videos. I think back when he lived in like uh yeah New York or like Rochester or something, he made also like these weekly trick videos. There was also like compilations, or I can't remember if it was weekly or monthly, but yeah, something like that. But um, I think because he made also like the longer videos, like the 30-minute, 50-minute videos and stuff that was for sale. I think that also drove some other people to make those kind of videos. I did try to make one video like that myself, but I had some like yeah, almost like our last interview. There was something that broke down, so I lost a lot of footage, and and yeah, I ended up posting like some of those things as like single videos on YouTube. Like the plus one video was supposed to be a part of that long video.
Okay.
Um, Also, like I had like an EJC to lose
Oh yeah,
video.
yeah.
That was supposed to be a part of that, and but I had like 3 or 4 more parts that were finished. That I was gonna post or make a long video of, but all of them just disappeared, so they're lost forever, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, just like our
Yeah,
first interview. So sad. R.I.P. for
yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
videos.
Yeah,
Do you
technology.
Do you remember posting one video and being like, God damn, like I made like a good piece, and like I think about sometimes later you did like corrections with Lewis Kennedy, and
Mm.
those videos, they're like such classics. Like I don't think anyone can like go over them if you think about the 2010s era. That was in
Mm.
2016, but
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I was very happy with the Turn Up the Life video. That's like the first kind of felt like a bigger even though like I didn't spend that much time filming it. It was only like 2 or 3 sessions, I think. But I spent like way longer than that for the editing part
yeah,
and stuff. So I was very happy with that one, and I think that kind of set the tone for like the next videos too. Kind of like the same style, because I feel ever since that video I had kind of an idea that I didn't want my videos to be just an exploration of like one kind of tricks. I wanted to have like maybe some stuff in the same style, but also like different. So it's like there's more surprise elements to it, I guess. So it's like different kind of tricks, but maybe like with one prop or something.
right,
Uh, there was like a couple of exceptions, like the dots video was obviously like
right.
all the tricks had some kind of dots in it, but apart from that, I think like I wanted to make something that was yeah, had like a lots of different things in it, many different ideas, and not really going super in depth in one kind of trick. Just like present this idea, present another idea, present this idea, uh, and then I guess like I wanted other jugglers to be able to like use that, build upon it, kind of.
Right. You're some like sticky floor. Like you come there, if you step on any of you guys videos, you gotta like stay there and like have some creative ideas. And once you step in there, you have like
Yeah,
way too many ideas as a juggler to like try
yeah.
out. It's like I don't remember seeing like one of you guys videos, and most of the jugglers, all of the classics and the creative ideas back in the day too. Like I don't remember
Mm.
seeing more than two videos without wanting to go out to juggle just in a row. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I couldn't watch an entire series without going out and be having a creative overload and having to go try it outside.
Yeah, yeah. Just stoked to, yeah. Yeah, and I think there were some like different approaches to making the videos too. Like many people made videos that like explored one concept kind of. Maybe they did like, let's say they did like a mill smash variation on something with the side swap, and then they made like 20 other tricks that were kind of similar, and they made like a video out of those. But I think for me, I wanted to like take one concept, find a really hard trick with that concept, and kind of grind that trick, uh, film that one, and then like go over to something else, like a different kind of concept. Uh, and then like uh, I don't know, make it up to the viewer, I guess, to explore it further. Like if I did one trick with some neck throws and shoulders or something, I didn't post like 10 tricks of those that kind of move. I just
Right.
like posted one trick that was really hard, and then it's like, yeah, people can use it the way they want, I guess.
Right. When you think about like oh snap and oh shit and those kind of videos, when
Mm.
you did some crazy body throw sequence, and then you go out to another one, then you do like let's say in oh snap you did this a bunch of seven ball like neck throws and
Yeah,
connections, then you go out and then you do another thing, and then you come back a little bit, you just touch here and there, and then
yeah,
you
yeah,
let
yeah,
it be.
exactly.
But man, also I'm thinking about your insta juggling. I know it's just a bunch of compilation from your Instagram, but still, like, it's so entertaining
Mm.
to see a just it's so random, like it's so good. You just see like a like if it's not like at all linear. You have something there. Then there's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you skateboarding, doing clubs, and then that's probably not in the Insta series, is it?
exactly.
Is it? You
Mm.
skateboarding?
One of
Yeah.
I was like skateboarding on the sofa, I think, in the Oh
Oh yeah,
Snap
there you
video,
go.
but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, but yeah, I think for me that's what I wanted to make, like those kind of things that kind of always surprised a little bit and not being too repetitive. But I think also like the other approach where you do a lot of research on one kind of concept, that's also very valuable and can be super interesting. But for me, like uh, I don't know, when I was like done with one trick, I wanted to do something else kind of, and
Right.
then yeah.
Yeah, you're
So
really all over the place. You tried different props too. You
mm,
were practicing a lot of
mm,
clubs, and it's fun that you tried. You were like super big into balls, and then you went to clubs, and then you're like, what if I do ball tricks with clubs? You
yeah,
just
yeah,
went
yeah,
in between.
sure.
No, but
And I think that kind of like that's very representative of the way I've practiced like since the beginning too. That's like I mean I guess I had like phases of doing only seven clubs or only side swaps and these kind of things, but I think my sessions are very random also. That is like I put out all my props and I can go from seven clubs to go to do a three ball trick for 10 minutes, and then I do something with five, and then I go and maybe I do some Diablos a little bit. It's like very back and forth, not
right.
really like building it up like three, four, five, six, seven, and then go to the next prop. And I think both of those approaches have like their strengths, but for me, like I feel like uh, it got a bit boring if I was going to structure it too much. It had to be more freedom in what I was going to do.
Yeah, cause
I think I covered on a lot of different kind of styles because of that.
did you ever get bored of juggling at some point?
I don't think I ever got bored of it really. I think the periods where I didn't juggle that much had other reasons. Either it was like lots of schoolwork, or as like the last couple of years, it's been a lot of work, like juggling work. Uh, just like having less time and energy, I guess, to practice hard. But I never got bored of it, and I'm working with it now, and it's like the best job ever. So I don't think
Yeah.
I'm gonna be bored of it anytime soon. So yeah. I think like for like 20 years now, like juggling has been the only like constant in my life, kind of. Like I've been always been super interested in different things too. Like I've had phases where I did like lately I've been climbing a lot. I did that quite a few times per week, just like bouldering, and I got really obsessive over like disc golf, at some point, and then got really obsessed over like Rubik's Cube and just like switched activities all the time. But journaling was always there in the background. That was what I was doing the most. And then when I was not journaling, like all the other things came on top, kind of. So I mean, it's gone like up and down how much I've practiced, I guess. Like I think, um, like when I lived in Trondheim, where like the big hall is, the
Mm.
corrections hall,
Yeah.
uh, then it was like a lot of practice in some periods, like 5, 6 hours per day, I think. And also like around the time where I made Turn Up the Life, I think I also practiced like 5, 6 hours per day or something. I went there usually at like 7 or 8 in the evening, and I stayed until like midnight or slightly later.
Right.
In Trondheim, it was more like I went there at 10 p.m. and I stayed there until 4 a.m. I did that every day, kind of. So, but yeah, I think up until like the last couple of years, I think I averaged like at least 2 hours per day,
Right.
or 2 or 3 hours per day. I think for at least for like 20 years, I guess.
Oh, that's good.
So
Yeah.
uh, so it's quite a lot. But now like it's been slightly less, but I still get to juggle a lot at work because sometimes I do like tours and I juggle quite a lot of hours per day, but it's not really pushing the technical side of
Right.
things.
Right. It's not
But I
really
still
practicing
yeah.
work. It's yeah. Right. But
That's true. But I still feel things are getting more solid though, which is cool. It's like a different aspect of it because back in the day, I really never, I didn't really train to get things solid or like consistent. It was just like nailing this big trick and then going to the next big trick to nail. And I for sure, like things got more solid during that process, but I didn't go like specifically into
right.
that. But now that I've been performing quite a lot of stuff, I feel like especially like the slightly more basic stuff is more, yeah, more solid, like lower drop rate. So
Right. Yeah.
progressing in different ways. Yeah.
Yeah. When you isolate a certain part of a sequence, or if you have an act that is prepared, you
Mm.
kind of work around it. Let's say you have a seven ball five up in your act, you probably do a lot of work
Mm.
with the five ball and five ups, and you work around your seven. And overall, even though that's the trick you have in your sequence, you have like the a round circle that gets isolated, and
Yeah.
you're like overall better with all the five ups and all the technique.
Yeah, for
You gotta
sure.
work around it. But yeah, how's your juggling lately? Because we've been seeing a resurgence of your juggling in the past years. You had like a big pause after like oh snap. You reposted
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
corrections on your YouTube. Yeah, your
Yeah,
passing point
true.
of
Yeah,
corrections.
I never really stopped practicing. Like after that, I just like didn't have any drive to make new videos, kind of. And I mean, I still did a lot of, I still do a lot of research, and did a lot of research after that. But it just like, yeah, it just didn't feel natural to make another video. It's like I'm gonna make one more in the future for sure. Like I haven't like I haven't quit or anything, but yeah, I guess like inspiration comes and goes when it comes to making videos too. But like lately, like even like beginning of last year and also this year, been quite inspired by like the numbers league and stuff. Just like it pushed me to go to practice to try like that kind of stuff again, which I haven't really done in quite some time. Uh, so that's been like quite cool to go there and like grind nine balls and seven clubs and that kind of thing. Just like going for long runs and yeah, and also like for numbers too, like 10, 11 balls and stuff.
Right.
It feels a bit nostalgic kind of because I didn't really practice that seriously for like 15 years or something. And then but I feel now, of course, it's like I've gotten a lot better and during those years. So the stuff that was super hard back then is a lot easier now.
Right.
So, so I feel like I'm more solid now, kind of, than I've been ever, I think. But maybe some specific tricks that I grinded for videos might be like slightly harder. But I feel like I can get them a lot quicker now than I did, yeah, back then.
Right.
So,
Let's
so I feel like
say
I'm still progressing.
right, but let's say you went to your gym in 2 hours and you gotta have a practice sessions. What are your
Hmm.
practice sessions looking like nowadays?
It's still very random. Like it depends on the session, you know. It's like last few weeks I've been doing like more, yeah, I guess like numbers league related stuff. Just like going for trying to get long runs of, yeah, six, seven clubs and eight or nine balls and yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so, but yeah, it depends. I was in Berlin like last weekend, and then then I was doing like more research kind of things, like got back into some trying to do more like creative patterns and that kind of stuff. So it's very like different every time, kind of.
Right. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's different, but you've been consistent in being different every time. As I'm
yeah.
understanding, you've always been doing random stuff that inspired you, but still continued
Mm.
even after 20 years. Man.
Yeah, and I think that's what it comes down to. Like, it's just how much time you spend doing stuff. Like, even if you have a phase where you do only three ball tricks for, yeah, 2 months, you know, and then go over to five ball tricks, or then go over to clubs or something. Everything helps. Everything kind of. It just like makes your, yeah, juggling repertoire broader, I think, and it makes it easier to do. Yeah, to learn new things too. So I think because of that I've practiced so randomly over so many years, it's like it's quite easy for me to like to, yeah, to learn a new concept, kind of, or
Right, because
yeah.
you like train your muscle of like literally training something you never tried is like a muscle, and you've done it
Hmm.
many times, so now it's easier because you already tried doing a bunch of random stuff that you never tried before and working on
Yeah,
odd patterns that you haven't experimented.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Before we end, what do you think of the juggling community nowadays? You're one of the young pioneers still. You're not in the old generation, but you're still
Uh,
one of the pioneer of
Starting
juggling.
to feel like a veteran, kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think I think it's still the same vibe, kind of. Or I don't know from like an internet point of view, and I don't know what it's like in like the US and stuff. Like at conventions, because I haven't really been to that many conventions in the US or America. Uh, but uh, but it feels very similar at festivals. I still go to like the EJCs every year, and I've been to like we go to some festivals every year, and it feels the same as when I was 15.
Hmm.
Same good vibe, same kind of openness. Uh, yeah, there's always like a group of kids in one corner just doing like side swaps, and then you have the other people there that's doing that thing, and it feels very similar in
And
many
then
ways. So
the old couples in the corner doing passing too.
yeah, of course, like 200 German people doing passing in one corner. So yeah, it feels very much the same. I don't know about like the online part of it. I think, as you mentioned earlier, a lot of it has gone over to like Instagram, and it's more like shorter tricks and less like long videos, kind of.
Right.
People still make them, but they don't get the same kind of views and stuff that they used to do. I think it's something about like how we're getting very used to very short videos, and yeah, just
It's not just in juggling too. I think in general,
it's all
like
over,
they're
all over.
right. The good videos that actually not good. Like all the videos are mostly good, but the videos that actually pop off with
Mm.
all the content
Mm.
that there is out there are the super like the Mr. Beast kind of video where you have like a big
Yeah,
concept and you put
exactly.
like 3,000 hours in editing just to have like a super active video and
Hmm.
no, yeah.
And then it's also very like made with intent of keeping you watching the video.
All
It's just
right.
gotta be like continuous action all the time. I feel like I haven't seen a juggling video in a long time that has gotten like lots of views.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah,
Unless
cuz
it's like from some big creator, I guess. Like if uh, if Taylor Glenn posts something just because she has like a huge following, it's gonna get lots of views. But like, yeah, relatively compared to the amount of subscribers people have, I think the view counts have gone like yeah down for sure.
yeah, also like people watching the trick of the month and even the podcast that we're gonna upload on the IJA, it's mostly still
Hmm.
niche in the juggling community. Like I don't think many people is gonna watch this and like not know anything about juggling. Like
Yeah,
I think most people has the reference of the video I mentioned earlier, like the corrections and even some stuff back in the day. Like I bet more than 50% of those people know the videos we talked about, or it's
yeah,
pretty.
for sure. Maybe it's like the same old school people still watching the videos, kind of, and I guess like some of the newer jugglers, they get most of their content from Instagram or TikTok and stuff. Or So I don't know. It's just as you're saying, it's happening all across
Yeah, right.
society and not just in juggling. So I don't know what we can do about it, but
I mean, I don't know if it's a bad thing either, but that's how it gone. That's how it is now. It's just less focus on like
hmm,
longer. Like you're gonna see, look at the views on the IGA, and you're gonna look at
yeah,
the podcast I'm doing. The views just go down because people they don't want to see like a 15 minutes video if they just like scroll on YouTube. They want to see like a short.
yeah.
Even the trick of the month, they're pretty short. It's cool. People just watch this, but like having a whole
Hmm,
15 minutes interview probably people probably really like the content that we're doing right now. There's probably people in the juggling community that like gets I don't know they find everything relatable and they can identify themselves in the jugglers I'm interviewing and stuff. But
yeah,
it's not the type of content like probably most of the people didn't stay till like now. It's been like 15 minutes, but
Yeah,
still,
yeah,
the
yeah.
people that did, like the actual niche people that actually take time to like watch the long size content about juggling, they just get. We're kind of like reinforcing the niche of of juggling,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
We're
Sure.
not.
I think it's good that some people are still doing it, you know. It's like, and I really applaud those people that's still making like longer videos with like a very good editing and spend a lot of time making it because like I mean, you don't make them for them to be watched like by a lot of people anymore. I feel like then it's just like it's more for personal reasons or just to make a good product kind of. Uh, but yeah, don't expect to get like 50,000 views on a video
Right.
anymore. Like, it kind of just doesn't happen. I mean that's maybe that's not the goal either, I guess. But um, if you want to become like yeah, if you want a lot of views, you should just go to Instagram or TikTok, I think.
Yeah, or do
And
shorts on
then
YouTube, not
yeah,
long
yeah, yeah,
videos.
for sure, for sure.
Man, that was fun.
Yeah.
To wrap up things, I'm gonna ask the same thing as last time, but now the answer changed. Not like the beginning, but now
Mhm.
the answer changed. What's new about Hovard? What can we expect from you in the future?
I don't know. I think I'm the same guy as I was back then and the last interview too. But yeah, anyways, I'm practicing more now than I've done like in the last couple of years. So that's good. Got some extra drive to go practice, and now I started like flipping it up and practicing in the morning, which is very like strange for me, like because I always struggled at night.
Yeah,
Like that works quite well too. To go there and have now I have like shorter sessions but more intense, I think.
right.
Like before I had like longer sessions but more slow and more uh yeah, like more breaks and that kind of stuff. But now I do like 1.5, 2 hours and it's like more
Non-stop.
more high intensity, I guess.
Right.
And yeah, and yeah, I'm gonna make more videos for sure in the future. I just don't know when. I can't say any
Super
time frame,
excited.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna happen sooner or later. I have some stuff in store. Lots of clips on my phone with ideas and stuff, but just like it's a lot of work to make a video too, to structure all the tricks you want to make, and also uh yeah, there's some extra pressure too when you made other videos to kind of
Hold up to
not
what
that you
you
have to
did.
make like yeah, not that you have to make like the highest quality video ever, but there's gonna be some yeah, there's some threshold there to make something that you're happy with, I guess.
Yeah, right.
And when you're used to spending a lot of times on videos, if you make one that's like very yeah, quickly put together with not a lot of thought into it, then yeah. I mean, the most
Yeah.
important thing is that like you're happy with the products you make, I guess. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's see what happens.
But yeah.
Still gonna grind the numbers league for sure.
Oh yeah.
See if you
Y'all.
get some good runs in there.
Yeah. Y'all go check out because you did some. You posted some clips and some footage of good runs and your achievements that you did recently. So if y'all want to see that, I remember on top of my head you did some 10 balls, 12 catches, flash of 11, flashed 8
Yeah, yeah, that
clubs,
was really fun to do.
flashed 8 clubs and 7 fives.
Yeah.
Yo, if you want to see that, just go on Juggling Records and look up on the Juggling League. Look up Haavard stuff.
Mm.
It's not on YouTube. I mean, it is on YouTube, but not visible if you
Yeah,
directly
I think
check it
it's
out.
like
Right.
unlisted and stuff. And
But
also, like, I would say that, yeah, people should participate in the numbers league and endurance league. Just for one, because it's like a cool way to like to push people to do more numbers again and
right.
stuff. And you don't need to be like at a high level either. Just do it like to. I think it has the potential to push a lot of people to do that kind of stuff. And I mean, that's just a small part of juggling, but it's. I think the more people that do it, the more fun it becomes too.
Also, it's fun
It's
because
not just the same five people doing it. Yeah.
right. It's nicely structured too. Like it's on a cool website. It's nice and professional. It's good
Hmm.
to post your clips, and it's like well made. And it's easy to follow
Yeah.
and stuff. So even if y'all are not, if you guys think you're not good at numbers or anything at all, just post whatever record you want to put on there. There's no
Yeah.
judgment or
For sure.
anything. Even if you're last place, you still had fun. You're still winning because you participated in a cool project. Man,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fun. So yeah, y'all check out Haavard Hvidsten on YouTube. Great videos on Instagram too. Right under your face, there's your Instagram handle at Haavard Hvidsten.
Yeah. Nice.
Go check out everything and yeah, guys, have fun juggling. Thank you. That was fun having you here, Havard. Thank you for coming
Yeah. It was
back a
fun
second
being
time.
back.
It was fun a
Yeah.
second time.
I hope your hard drive doesn't break down again. Maybe, or I mean, it could be fun to do
A third one.
a third one. Yeah.
Now we have like the whole script written 2 times. Now we have to rehearse it and like
Yeah.
practicing.
For sure.
Yeah, so
For sure.
thank you for being here. Y'all have fun
Yeah.
juggling. Stay tuned.
Thanks for having me too. Yeah.